Hey y'all, Joe with St. Bernard Acres here with a new weed eater, or a new used weed eater. As many of you know who watch my channel, my Echo weed eater, the one that I use the most, the one I have, except Gail's Electric Works one that Alex bought her. A couple, 3 weeks ago I bought the kit and I converted it over to a brush cutter to use out at St. Bernard Acres. So in order to convert it back to a string weed eater, it's a pain in the butt to take the whole blade assembly off. Excuse me. But to take that whole blade assembly off is a pain in the butt to put the string head back on. So I thought, you know what, I'll look around on that Facebook Marketplace and on Craigslist and see if I can find me a decent used weed eater if the price is right. So I found this Troy-Bilt TB35EC. I had a Troy-Bilt a few years ago. Somebody stole it out of the barn. I really liked it. I never had a problem with it. This one, you can see, was used very little. I mean, it's so clean. He couldn't keep it idling. It wouldn't idle for him. It would start, and then once, he clicked it off a choke, revved it up, let off the trigger, and it would die. It just would not idle. And he wound up buying a different weed eater. So this one he wanted $50 for. I offered him $30 for it and he took it. And this was $129 when he bought it at Lowe's. And it's a straight shaft, which I love. It's got the attachments where I can buy different pieces to go on here for various yard maintenance. Now, he put the handle on the wrong place. The handle belongs up on this side, so I'll have to fix that. But I got it home. I mean, you can see how clean it is. It just was hardly ever used. So I got it home and it wouldn't idle. So did some research. I'm not a small engine mechanic by any stretch of the imagination, but I know from my car days back in the 70s that when it doesn't idle right, you adjust the carburetor. So to adjust the carburetor on one of these, there are two screws, two adjustments. If I can get it to focus. Alright, you've got these two screws right here do it. And if you notice, I can't get it to, you might be able to see this once it focuses. Those screws are like round. They have a flat spot. So, not too many people have the tool that's needed to adjust these. I have the same adjustments on my Echo weed eater. On both of my chainsaws, I have the same two bolts to adjust them, but they're different bolts. The one has a slot in it. I think my Echo has a slot. It's round with a slot. So, you got to have a special tool for these things. Now, I've seen on YouTube people try to fashion things and force things around. Well, what I did, I just went on Amazon. And I'll put the link down here in the description. But I bought this kit right here. It was like $15. And it comes with 14 different kinds of adjustment tools. Various sizes, slots, square ends, whatever's needed. This is the one that I happen to need for my Troy-Bilt. But his whole kit was like $15. It's got all these little brushes and rods for cleaning out jets, working on the carburetors. Like I said, I'm not a mechanic, not a small engine mechanic, but I've got a John Deere lawnmower I'm going to try to change the carburetor on. Just because I think I can. It's already screwed up, it's already bad. What am I going to do? Make it worse? You know, it's a great lawnmower. If I screw it up, putting the carburetor on it, I'll take it to a shop if I can find somebody. It's hard to find small engine mechanics. So anyway, back to the Troy-Bilt. What happens is you've got two of these adjustments. That's for your, when you rev it up and you're cutting and your high speed. This one is your idle, your low speed. So you've got a high and a low. And what I did to get this to work properly, I took both of these and turned them all the way down to where they were completely cut off. And I took the high end and opened it up one complete turn with the wrench. I started it, you know, if you're trying to weed eat and your weed eater, when you pull the trigger to actually cut and it starts bogging down, you need to adjust the carburetor. That's the first thing you need to do, and it's a very simple thing. That's why I'm showing you this. It's simple. That's how I figured it out. I gave it one turn, started it, didn't really like it, so I gave it a quarter turn, restarted it. That was a little better. Gave it another quarter turn, started it, and now it runs exactly how I want it to. It took 1.5 turns on the high end. So I went to the low end, turned it 1.5 turns, and it idled, but it idled too high. It was like idling too fast. So I backed it down a quarter turn. That made it better. Backed it down another quarter turn, got it to where I want it. So they're not hard to fit. If you've got a weed eater or your chainsaw or any 2-cycle engines like that, if they're not idling right or they try to bog down when you use them, look for the carburetor adjustments. You know, buy this kit. I would say buy this kit so you have all of them. You know, so whichever one you have, each one of mine, like I said, is different. So now I have the tool to adjust any of them that I need to. 2 different chainsaw brands, my Echo weed eater and this Troy-Bilt weed eater. And maybe on my lawnmowers, I don't know, till I get into it. But if it doesn't idle right or it doesn't throttle up right, try to fix it. You know, don't throw it away. Don't do like this guy and sell a $130 weed eater for 30 bucks because you didn't know what to do with it. And small engine guys are hard to find. You know, everybody's got this attitude, well, it's just a weed eater, throw it away, we'll get another one. You know, no, this is a very nice weed eater. And now it works great just with trying to fix it. So I hope y'all learn from this. Get that kit with all the pieces, or if you know what tool I could probably go to Troy-Bilt and buy the tool that I need for this. But it probably would cost me more than the 15 bucks I spent for all, you know, these aren't Snap-on or Craftsman or something. They're just cheap, you know, Chinese-made tools, I'm sure. But they'll do the job. I'm not in the business. I'm not going to be advertising weed eater repair. But I can take care of my own now from season to season. I can make adjustments on things and keep them going. And that's the name of the game. Try to fix it yourself before you pay somebody to fix it, or you throw it away. But yeah, I love this weed eater. I loved my old one before they stole it. But that was it. I just wanted to show you how simple that can be to adjust the carburetor on your weed eater. And with that tool, you know, like I said, I'll put a link down in the description if you want to go order one of them. But this is Joe from St. Bernard Acres, getting ready to do some weed eating. If you like this, make sure you give me a thumbs up, comment on it, share it with people so they can learn, you know, how to fix their own stuff. And ring that bell so you get notified, and subscribe to me if you're not subscribed. I got so much stuff going on. I think tomorrow, this is Thursday. Tomorrow, Friday the 6th of September, I'm having that van towed home. I bought a 1992 Chevy G20 conversion van, and I'm going to be bringing that home tomorrow. Start cleaning it up, start working on it, see if I can get it to start. You know, with changing the oil, fuel filter, dumping the old fuel and stuff, it's just sat for a while. But we're going to work on it and get that thing fired up. So subscribe to the channel because I do all kinds of fun stuff. This is just one of them. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. I'm out.